Hello my wildlings and welcome back to Turnabout for All. In the last episode, Judy got arrested, which is not okay in my books, because I'm pretty sure the person who arrested her is the one who probably committed the crime, and is probably the one who's completely fucked up the entire justice system of Zootopia and is ruining everything, and I hate him so very much. And the last episode was a bit sad because, well, Judy got arrested and then I told some stories that were just kind of sad. The whole thing was a sad endeavour, but things have to be sad for them to be happy again later, right? Right? That's how that works, maybe? I hope. I hope it gets better later. Of course it will. I'm going to make it better. But anyway, we also found out that Edgeworth won't be prosecuting and that the aforementioned arsehole will be doing it, namely Jack Savage. And in this episode, we're going to actually talk about Jack Savage with Edgeworth. Oh boy, here we go. So only Mr. Savage can access that fur? Indeed. Well, won't he just examine it himself and find the truth? Not if he doesn't want the truth. One would hope. But I suppose we will find out. What do you mean? Oh God, there's more. Remember, Wright, Savage forcefully took the investigation from me. I get the feeling he's the kind of prosecutor who wishes for a guilty verdict and nothing more. Yeah, I hate those. Those are really annoying. I mean, you're not like that anymore, which is great, but yeah. I hope he's not the kind who draws a weapon on me. I've had way too much of that, thank you. Another one? Yeah. I can only speculate as to his motivations, but it doesn't bode well for you or your client. Lucky me. Well, do you at least have any leads for us to go on? Not as of now. But I have no intention of stopping my investigation. I do like that smirk when it's not aimed at me. Even if I am no longer the prosecutor in charge, the truth shall not evade me forever. Huh. Edgeworth seems quite determined about this. So what do we do? I'm not sure. We have no leads to go off of. Though we better find something soon. Yeah, we really do need to find something. Anything. Well, let's see where I can go to. The detention centre? Maybe something new's popped up there? Nope, just sad music and Judy. Great. Exactly what I wanted. Back to the apartment. To wallow in self-pity. I hope you've got ice cream in the fridge, Nick, because I am going to need buckets full. So, I'm at a loss. You and me both, bud. Alright, what do we know so far? My girlfriend got arrested for masterminding all those crimes we solved. Agent and prosecutor Grouchy apparently has solid evidence against her. Ugh. Not that we know what that evidence is. Yeah, that's really a problem. Like, really, really a problem. Edgy has been taken off the case, and we have 0 clues. I've come back from worse. I'll be honest, I've come back from far worse. Well, the day is still young, and yet I feel like I've aged considerably within the past day. Not helping. Oh, there we go. Was that the door? Alright, Clawhauser. Hey guys! I can't remember the voice I did for him. It was probably a terrible impression. Clawhauser, what are you doing here? Collecting you, of course. Collecting Nick. Yeah, the chief wants him in on the case. What? But he's connected to the defendant. Oh, the chief is making an exception. Bogo? Why is he doing that? Because Bogo smells a rat. Figuratively speaking, which I suppose is kind of racist in this universe. Sorry. Also, there's a person of interest he's tracking down, someone apparently related to the case. You're going to help us catch him. A person related to the case. Well, it seems that my duty calls. I'll see what I can do on my end. And I'll keep snooping around as well. Good luck. Thanks. I get the feeling I'm going to need it. Well, I'm alone again. Now would be a good time for Mia to show up in all her ghostly majesty and help. I suppose I better keep looking. Nope. Okay, never mind. I'm going to examine this room. I mean, we're probably not going to find anything in here. Unless Jack's hidden a bug somewhere. Why wouldn't that surprise me? Oh, nothing to talk about. Okay. I wonder if she has anything to say about the carrot pen. I don't know much about that. Oh, well then. Forget about it. Oh, well, I tried. CPD HQ. Hey, new stuff. It's only midday. Does Phoenix ever stop for lunch? Probably. I mean, there's been a few times where you see him eat, but it's like when he's on a case, it's like he doesn't eat. Probably just grabs a quick snack on the way or something. It looks like Edgeworth is no longer here. And I can't see Nick or Clawhauser either. I guess they went to find that person. Whoever that person actually is. Though the media is as rowdy as the last time I was here. Hey, isn't that... Hey, Moosebridge. Mr. Moosebridge. Oh god, I don't remember his voice. Oh well. I wasn't expecting to run into you. I already told you. I still like to get into the field on occasion. And this is quite the story unfolding here. Right. Anyway, what could I do for you, Mr. Wright? Who, me? I don't think there is much you can, to be honest. No? I would assume you're the one defending Officer Hobbs in court. Of course. I thought as much. Though I hear you're not going up against that friend of yours this time around. So you heard about Prosecutor Savage, huh? I did. And you're in for a bad time if those rumours are true. Rumours? Oh, great. Oh, sorry, that's me. Mind sharing them? We're the actual news, not some grimy little tabloid. I only sell what I know to be factual truths. Oh, but I'm not buying. I'm just asking if I can hear them. But saying that, I feel like there is more to this story, and I may do a little digging. Feel like sharing your future findings with the poor downtrodden defence lawyer? It depends on what I find, Mr. Wright. Well, fair enough. Thanks. How goes your investigation, Mr. Wright? Ugh. That's bad? I usually have some kind of lead by now. But this time there's no crime scene, no specific location to explore. It's just a friend who's been blamed for something she didn't do. Well, if it's the leads you want. Yes, I may have a tip for you. A tip? You consider it thanks for putting away Coronabel. What could this tip be? Well, maybe if you wait a moment, he'll probably tell you. Oh. There's plenty of questions I can ask him. Let's start with the case. You know much else about the case? Unfortunately, not so much. It's pretty hush-hush right now. I wouldn't call a swarm of media at your front door hush-hush. Mr. Savage's position and the prosecution in charge was announced a short while ago. As, of course, was the identity of the suspected culprit. Judy.
Yes, I do find the charges most odd. It's a strange story that CNN will follow to its very end.
Well, at least they're dedicated. What about this evidence Mr. Savage has on Judy? Any ideas on what it is?
Unfortunately not. There is that one thing.
The tip he wanted to give me. Okay, well, so, how are you and Koala Bell? Probably not so great, but then wasn't in the first place, was it? So are how things now that Koala Bell is gone?
Peaceful, quiet, heavenly. I can't say I'm upset in the least to see him go. The lengths he went for a story are both unforgivable and unbefitting of a CNN reporter. How is Mr. Hops these days, anyway?
Better. The docs think his fur will mostly grow over the scars. That's good. That's nice. I have scars too, and actually I was going to say they don't grow fur over them, but for some reason that seems to be the only place hair has grown. Like, it's weird. I've got like a scar right up my stomach. It's a long story. Maybe I'll tell it one day. Short version is I was born without skin or muscles over my stomach. All my organs were everywhere and I nearly died. But hey, I'm okay now. So I've got this long scar right up the front of my stomach. And it's great because it's the only place where hair grows. It's weird. It's like this trail. Maybe a little too much information. I'm sorry. That's good to hear.
That's good to hear.
Actually, he was a little disappointed. I believe he boasted them to be war scars or something.
I can't help but feel that's an exaggeration.
You think? The tip. What's your tip? You said you wanted to give me a tip or something?
Yes, but a tip of information rather than money.
Ha ha. Shame. I always seem to be rather low on that. Yeah, you don't really get paid much for this. It's a pretty thankless job half the time.
Do you want the tip or not, Mr. Wright?
Yes, sir. Very much, sir. Okay.
Very well. Listen up. I don't know the specifics, but I have heard some whispers around the ZPD.
Whispers?
Mutterings, general chatter, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I got that part.
But anyway, apparently there is some operation about to go down at Savannah Central.
Savannah Central, you're sure?
That's what I heard, though I don't know how accurate the information is.
Well, a lead is a lead. Do you know what's happening down there?
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, I have no clue as to what it might be.
Well, I better go check it out for myself then.
Tread carefully. Even I don't know where this story's going.
I'll be careful. Savannah Central. I better not pass this chance up. Yes, I'll head to Savannah Central then. The detention centre first, I suppose. Sorry, Judy, I'm just passing through to the Savannah Central. Why I had to go through a detention centre to get there, I don't know, but hi. I'm on it. I found a lead. It's going great. We're going to be fine. You're going to be great. It's all going to be fantastic. Also, I want an invite to your wedding. That's my price. You don't have to pay me. Just an invite to your wedding when... Okay, I'm leaving. Savannah Central, August 26th. Savannah Central. It's as busy as ever, I see. Now, Moosebridge said the ZPD had something going on over here. Suppose I need to keep an eye out. I mean, I just listen for the sirens, right?
Hey, you! Stop!
Huh? Oh. Okay, voice. Let's think.
Hey, get out the way!
God, if this was a real world, I would be so racist. And you are?
No time, just...
And gone. He got tackled by a police officer. It's usually a good sign. Hey, Clawhauser! Oh, hey, what are you doing here? I would ask you the same, but I think the struggling ram on the ground answers my question. Haha, yeah. Shouldn't you be in uniform? Well, Spike, apparently this is the guy related to the case we had to nab. I should have figured, really. Wait, do you know that guy? Oh yeah, I know him. He worked for Bellwether, her hired gun. Huh? Oh yeah, I remember Doug. He was the one who concocted the night howlers into usable ammunition. He even had a pistol designed to fire said ammunition. He would then target predators directed to him by Bellwether, usually sniping them from afar. He's an extremely skilled marksman and among Zootopia's most wanted. Yeah, he escaped during the events leading up to us nabbing Bellwether. No one was able to locate him until Mr. Savage did. Huh. You see, that's why I grabbed Nick earlier. To go and arrest this guy. Bingo or Bogo? Either way. Doug Ramses? Ramses? Or Ramses? I'm going to say Ramses. Isn't going anywhere now.
Gloat all you want. I don't care. It took you long enough to find me. You ZPD types aren't very all that, though.
And yet you're going away. Too bad for you. Come on, let's get him to the detention centre. Yeah, hang on a minute, I've got questions. Yes, Mr. Wright? Before you take him, could I ask him some questions? 5 minutes won't make much of a difference. Don't let us stop you. Or my stutter. It happens. Especially if it helps Judy. Thank you.
Questions, huh? What about, lawyer?
Let's ask about you first. So, care to tell me a little about yourself?
No, not really.
Not even a little bit?
That's my business, not yours. And that's all I have to say on the matter.
Sheesh. So, the Night Howlers. So you helped Bellwether back during that whole thing?
If by that whole thing you mean the Night Howlers, then yes.
But why?
2 reasons. First, Bellwether was paying me a lot for the job. 2, in my eyes, her goal was just.
How is forcing predators to attack other people in any way just?
I suppose we just have different views on the world, lawyer.
Yeah, you're a terrorist, in short, and a dickhead. Leave it at that. Some views are just plain evil. True enough, I suppose. That's the problem with any kind of conflict. It's never a conflict of good versus evil. It's always a conflict of 2 people who believe they're right. Well, 2 sides. It's not always 2 people. After all, villains aren't usually as... I mean, I was going to say that villains aren't interesting if they believe themselves to be evil. But at the same time, you can get those over-the-top melodramatic villains who only want to see the world burn, and that's quite a lot of fun just to play with that. But a villain that you really get into inside the head of, who makes good arguments, is really interesting as a character. I mean, to use one of the most famous and brilliant performances of a villain, Heath Ledger's Joker, he was fantastic, and he was literally as the quote went, one of those guys who just wants to see the world burn. But he still gave reasoning to it, and he gave his own twisted view on the world, and that was really interesting. I think that's part of what made him so interesting. That, and he was just so batshit insane. And Bellwether, I don't know. I just hate her in general. She was adorable at first, and you could see, like, you felt sorry for her, and those. Well, I certainly felt sorry for her during those scenes where she's getting all that work and she's got that little office. I think it was about the time I saw the little office that I thought, oh no, is she going to be the villain? She's going to be the villain, isn't she? But you still feel sorry for her. You felt like she is downtrodden and all this jazz, and that's not fair. But certainly what she did, that certainly doesn't really make up for what she did. Anyway, this case, you got anything for me? Probably not. Probably going to be about as useful as all the other answers. So, you also have something to do with all the anti-predator related crimes recently. Huh? Me. Ha. You mean that stuff and that guy in the posh-looking suit have been mixed up in? So you know of it. Who doesn't by this point? So you were involved with it in some way? Lawyer, I have no idea what you're talking about. My Magatama isn't reacting. So wait, this guy is telling the truth? Well, Mr. Savage seems pretty convinced that you're involved. I'm telling you, I'm not involved with any of that business. Mr. Jumbo's murder, the train derailment, the attack of Stuart Hops. You never had any part in any of those events. Not even slightly. For the last time, no! I had nothing to do with those incidents. Still nothing. What is going on here? I mean, do you have to guess Savage is just setting someone else up to take his fall? Doug's testimony added to the court record. Oh, all right, we'd better take this guy in before the chief gets all pouty-faced about it. You can probably question him again once we're done with him, Spike. Yeah, I'll drop by the detention centre later. All right, I'll catch up with you later. Well, that wasn't as useful as I'd hoped. Well, alone again. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to speak with you again. I mean, I am saying all of this out loud. I can just imagine people walking past in this busy central place and like just this random guy in a suit talking to himself. So, Mr. Savage believes that Doug Ramsey, Ramses was what I said earlier, wasn't it? Is involved with the case. And yet it would appear that that assertion is incorrect. Unfortunately, Magic Stone truth-telling device doesn't really count as evidence in court, does it? But why did he believe Doug was involved in the first place? I suppose that's a question for later. Indeed. Well, I suppose I'll move on to wherever the hell I'm supposed to be going next, in the next episode. And I'll see you all then. Bye-bye.